From our City Avenue studios, it's The 10 Show.
How do you make sure your kids are polite and have manners? It can be a real challenge these days, as Lisa Ritchie from the American Academy of Etiquette knows. You're just featured in Mainline Magazine. And Lisa, you're here to tell us about some tips. You know, a lot of parents think, you know, things have become so informal, maybe you don't really need manners.
I know. Unfortunately, informality breeds incivility. And it's so very important. And where we're seeing it is at the university level or the new hire.
When these kids go for interviews.
I'm contacted constantly by vice president of sales in a company or by HR asking me to come in and help the new hires because of their professional behavior.
And one of the most important things is making eye contact, right?
Start young. Start as young as age 4 and tell your child why they should make eye contact and how it feels when they make eye contact, because that brings on the confidence internally and externally.
And the handshake is a big deal.
It's very important. Unfortunately, a lot of adults aren't even sure.
Right, you know, I've done this before. This is not correct, right?
Absolutely. It's the important part of a handshake is you must make web-to-web contact. If you're not making web-to-web contact, you don't have a good handshake. A lot of people are giving this, or they're giving this as a bone crusher, and you don't want to crush someone's hands. So you feel the difference, and it's 2 shakes and it's eye contact. And stay away from this and stay away from a hug in corporate.
I am guilty of some of those bad handshakes. We'll have to talk, right? So demonstrate chivalrous behavior.
I think this is very important, especially for fathers. I think fathers should, you know, as often as possible, pull out the chair for the mother or the wife or the grandmother. Let the young daughter and your son see how you can behave and help people with their coat on. I think it's especially important for young women or young ladies to see this because they set boundaries as how they need to be treated or want to be treated later on in life.
So the best way to teach is to show by example.
Absolutely.
How about addressing adults by Mr. and Mrs.? A lot of people have gotten very informal about that.
They have, and when parents ask this question, I encourage them to have their child use Mr. and Mrs. all the time.
There's also demonstrate good posture.
It's very important. It's a part of a first impression, and it makes you feel better. Shoulders back, pull up out of the waist. And I have several stories with young new hires walking into corporate America, slouching and dragging their feet.
And I know one of the things that you do at your Etiquette Academy is really teach proper table setting, proper use of utensils.
It's a lost art in our culture. Please work with your child on how to hold a fork correctly.
Well, Lisa Ritchie, thank you so much for being with us. Everyone is going to get a copy of the article, the Mainline Magazine.
Thank you.
Everyone in the audience gets that. Thanks for being with us.
It's been my pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back.